Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LPL 2025 Split 1.
Dive. Can look to flash jump jarring here. There's the wave. Dracan steps away. Knock up. Comes on through with the ult. Repudiate is decent, but not enough. Much cleaner dive. Harry's donated the kill. Skill shots this game, not gonna lie to you all. Grub's up, but hung down on half HP. Could be in a spot of bother. And the Callista and the Misfortune in the 1v1. That the Misfortune is losing right now. Should mean Ultra Prime in a better spot here. Grub number 1 secured with the smite. Jang and Harry trading for wave control. That Harry wins, at least early. Saber looking for a potential ult angle. Pull away from the Grubs are Ultra Prime. Will not have smite up for the second one. So the second one comes on through. Moam crashes down over the wall. Can't quite find it. On the other side, public execution onto Hang. Means there's nowhere for that Poppy to go. Actually, I take that back. Hang on. How did Ejang go down? That's a bad sign. You went looking for that play yourself. That was the public execution on your side. I was like, that's cool. You got the pick off, though. Big stun into the wall means Poppy gets away with it. Pop blossom afterwards. At least allows the turnaround. It's now Harry. Gonna be in danger themselves. Finally goes down. Ends up being a 2-for-1. And the Ejang sacrifice. Be clean. Some of the decision making here hasn't been exactly stellar. And the game remains 100 gold apart. Oh, Harry, you need to be very wary. As in comes the ball. That'll be a permafrost stun. And you've got Ambessa. Nowhere really to run. Getting on top of the Jace means nowhere really for him to go once he's beyond. Can jump to you, but that's about it. Can't knock you back and get towards the turret. So, can definitely look to get a lot of work here. Gonna try and race for top turret. Or first turret. As Starry and Moam will attempt to return the favor over there. Poppy's going to be there too. Half the HP, but they didn't have the wave as yet. I think with the wave crashing bot, Demolish should still mean that OMG get this one first, and they do so. They will get that turret mark for the feat of Martial Mastery. A couple seconds behind are Wacko and Rosie Love, so the gold will remain even enough still, obviously. But that additional advantage of the first turret toward that feat of Martial. Feat of quite nice. That's an additional marker of how well you're doing in a game. Linfong. With Heng over here. Thinking about a Hex Flash. John Howe needs to be very wary. Gets knocked up by the Keeper's Verdict. Saber tries to keep people alive, but the Misfortune will bullet time secure the kill. Linfong ults. 4 people turn up as the Herald is spawning. And ensure that a sad time is had by the jungler. That's for Ultra Prime. Not really in a position to cross map there. Saber was around. Not really able to do all that much. Mid lane. Wave shoved out. That's about it. Ejang gets the bot lane shoved all the way up towards that tier 2. Means that they can potentially come fight in a 4v4 regardless. Moam will re-engage. Decent shove back from the Pop Blossom. Puts people into a sticky spot, but Saber immediately dies. It's a 1-for-1 right now. Wacko gets one. Linfong gets another. In comes a teleport though from Harry again to the back line. Where is this Sejuani? Not quite respawned yet. Shove onto the wall as Wacko stunned up by the charm. Nowhere for the Callista to go. And Ultra Prime tried to play a 4v4 fight. But Harry gets there faster, and Saber bluntly ends up really deep in the back of the pit. And just a spot lane should still end up being a trade for turrets as Ultra Prime are on the other side. Saber will get that one, who had a bit of an unfortunate fight there. Ended up very deep, and Moam was very swift to punish on that realm. Nice engage from him. And game remains within touching distance for Ultra Prime, but of course, Those kills going on over. The CS lead's beginning to build in particularly places like top and mid. Proving a little bit problematic right now. Hell, there's misfortunes ahead of the Kalista, and that's not good news. Kalista obligates you to get a lot of value early, and you have, in fairness, got a lot of objectives. Kalista has gotten involved. Starry just on the other side of it. They can still look to punish Moam. Continue to play this one out. Marco can't get over their own wall, but they still will get that kill, and a little bit of assist goes on over regardless. Pick up the kill onto the Rel. Can look to try and trade this one out. A couple of ultimates were burned there, but remember, you still got the Fate's Call, you still got the Pop Blossom. So still a very diveable turret. MF looking to ult to clear the way, but it won't kill the Herald. I mean, you're not going to have, known him for many years at this point, been winding him up for a long, long, long time. And he puts up with me on cast occasionally. And now we look towards a bit of play towards this mid tier 1. Ultra Prime looking to make sure that OMG can't come over here super freely. It's the clone from Nico that steps up forwards. Dragon would be sole point for Ultra Prime, and that would be a win con. Some champions here who would love that additional move speed on ult. It's pretty good for Kalista. It's pretty good for Talia. Sejuani loves it. And Bessa screaming with joy. Teleport top, because Khan is the other option. Kalista left to solo out the sole point. But it means it's going to be a 4v4 here. Ari coming on over to make it an uneven fight, though. Wako just not coming. Are they just giving this up? They are. They say, well, we're just not going to fight the Atakan. Sole point is a worthy enough trade for us. Don't want to play it. They teleport for that, too. I don't know, Ultra Prime. Dangerous call. Withdrawals available. As Rosie, how did you end up there? Fate's called out. Stays alive, but that was a bit of a bizarre moment. Now OMG got themselves a gold lead. Got themselves Shadow Flame completed on the RE. The Essence Reaver completed on the Misfortune. You are hit a pretty good spot in this game. Do a lot of work. Knocked it away. The wave's still cleared. Glacier Prison burned as well, but ult for ult is fine. And again, if Ultra Prime just hold on to their turrets, they're kind of fine with this. That's the plan. Try not to give up all that much. Mid lane tier 1, I think, is probably a foregone conclusion here. It should be. Maybe a Weaver's Wall might be used to deny a wave at some point. I think you're better off saving that for tier 2 here. Get a little bit ugly because I'm looking at Starry and Moam with the big ult. Those are really all that's remaining. Fate's Call, only major ult Ultra Prime have. Charm lands, but it's onto the Sejuani, who will Arctic Assault away. Can't be slowed, of course. It means when you're hit by the charm, you're careening into the enemy team at Mach 5. Bullet time! Nice. We said there was a big ult available. There's the Magnus Storm afterwards. Moam comes re-engaging. Linfong has got the ultimate back. Will lead to the death of Wako. Continuing to ult on forward. Another charm lands. And that means everybody's going to die from Ultra Prime. They wanted to fight for that dragon. They did not have the tools to do for it. OMG will break the soul stack. Will get themselves up to a 5,000 gold lead. Ari donated a lot of the gold out of that fight. Buy the book already. Baron now going to be on the table. Well, that last Baron play was going to be a bit ugly. Looked like an even enough trade, but the problem is on the other side of it. They went looking for more at Ultra Prime and didn't find it, and that's been a bit of a story of this one. Ultra Prime looking for more, not finding it, being punished a few times. The greatest of scaling options. And they'll finally be able to start charging onto these tier 2s, no OMG. We wonder whether they might just be that slightly better team, and it does feel like they've been a little bit more collected around these objectives. With the exception of a couple of those early grub fights, which were a little bit questionable. The mid-game has been significantly better from OMG. More farm as well came on over to give additional advantages. Ultra Prime, though, looking to potentially find an engage. They're going to almost have to at some point, otherwise the gold is going to get so obnoxiously large. There'll be no way to play. The denial, right? With that Poppy, with the fact that a lot of these champions can run away quite fast. Namely the Ahri, of course. And the Jace tanky enough to, as well to get through enough of his rotation to get outside. Decent ult though into the Weaver's Warbeams hang. With no flash, will likely die here. But no, the Keeper's Verdict comes on through. The Pop Blossom, though, is solid, but Linfong can look to re-engage. And Ultra Prime fumble a pick again. Cannot secure this Poppy. How many times has it happened now that Hung has got out alive? And Wacko dies. Oh, frustration for Ultra Prime. Cannot find the picks that they are set up to do. Startup looks alright. Okay, we've hit someone with an ult. Cool, we're coming on in. We haven't killed them. What do you mean we haven't killed them? Oh no. And suddenly a re-engage starts coming on through. Oh no, we got hit by a Poppy ult. Oops. And that's a bit of a frustrating point. OMG. Reading what Ultra Prime want to do in these fights very well. Countering it. And Ultra Prime, you just need to be a little bit more sharp on the trigger pulls. If you're going to get the pick, you can't get hit by the Poppy ult. Not like that. 3 players disappearing in a matter of moments when you're looking to get that pick. Very frustrating. Starry now at 3 items on this Misfortune. Those bullet times are going to hit like a truck. Engage from Moam. Tower diving. At this point, I don't think they care all that much. John Haugen. Dragon number 2. Every inhibitor down. Ultra Prime. From the Ultra Prime Academy team. Rosie Love and Saber. Both had solid enough showings. I think Rosie Love for me was probably a slightly better showing than John Howe. But again, team very up and down. Kellen as an AD carry was who Rosie Love looked best with. And that was a veteran, right? And then you're looking at Wacko as your most senior player. Pretty rough. Not an easy time. Hung gets a knockout on the front line. Flash away from Wacko. And it just feels like at this point Ultra Prime cannot find an angle. Flash into the charm. The Pop Blast was going to come on through, but it's too little too late. How do you play the game from this point? No one can survive the Wombo combo. Your early game comp does not early game. And OMG will make sure this game ends in the blink of an eye. 33 minutes on the clock. A fully stacked book. Lunfong on the Ahri having a good old time. And the Poppy just too obnoxious. How many failed picks was it in the end? 4, 5? Nidalee Javelin toss, the Grag Assault. Nautilus locked in, some point and click CC. Especially with Leona Band, turret play, rush style gameplays. Options, especially with then AP junglers not being as valuable. But you also at this point where sometimes you run a little bit shy on AD junglers. And you need an option for AP somewhere, so you go to the jungle, you need an AD mid laner. And also double AD carry comps are still strong in the late game scenario, and Smolder, one of those options that is still also been asking. This is a best of 5. We are 1 game deep. OMG won that one. And the game has been very slow so far. Probably means we should be getting action shortly now that ults and stuff are available. Might start to see a bit of a contest around this. Ult coming from Rosie Love for Nature's Grasp. Dredgeline to buffer through the ultimate into the Strangle Thorns. Leaves Rosie Love dead to rights. Nice counter engage from OMG and well buffered through the CC by Moam. Alright, beginning to pull away from the Nidalee a little bit, and tends to be in this matchup. Whoever gets the lead keeps the lead because you just stay efficient in the farm until someone dies. Now Saber in a tricky spot. No ult quite available for Rosie Love. Is available for Saber, who Q3s, buys a bit of time. Teleport's now coming on through. Chunk onto Saber, who's knocked up, but not quite down yet. Flashed away. Ult out is not enough. Dies to the Renekton, but the turnaround now coming on through is Heng. Quite low here. Flashed on the other side of their support, but Wacko come teleporting in. Nice counter against themselves. Wacko gets 2. Nidalee gets the 3rd, and OMG thought they got the clean pick. Control wards and saplings abound. Like, it's a relatively difficult dragon to contest. A lot of traps in there as well. Traps everywhere you can see. Turn around engage now as Moam tries to get a pick on a Rosie Love. You're now in danger, actually. The grasping route's just shy, but Mom comes on him. And Hang picks it up with the strangle thorns. How dare you steal my dragon? Maybe that was Smolder's mum. Understandably quite angry about the family death. Punished for it. Hung looking for her engage. On the invade, I apologize, and he's just dead. Turn around over the wall, the Fate Sealed lands. Had the support with him. We're trying to get some pressure down to get to this first turret, so I understand what the thought process is. But it doesn't have the flash as long as Wacko is free to fire. Backline, not going to be as easy for the Corki to engage on. Question is, will he have to? Herald secured. Ultra Prime pick that one up. Turret in mid. About to go down. Rosie will throw down the ultimate. Moam flashes away from the Nature's Grasp. Doesn't want to get tanked up there. Will probably fall as the HP he was at, so understandable decision. Can't quite get the turret, and the Herald now goes into mid lane. Ultra Prime look to re-engage themselves here. Now the ones with the better HP bars. Ejang on the flank, looking to ward off Harry, who body slams as the Q comes through. Flash for the cask! Into the Q3, and Zyra gonna be making a nice bouquet for Valentine's Day in a couple days. Harry knocked down afterwards. Gorgeous combo. Flash cask into the ult from Saber. Ejang, you don't get knocked past your battle lands. You are fantastic. If everyone is about a screen away, half a screen away. Otherwise, a flash cask, and you don't have flash yourself, really tricky. I think Hang is going to need a Zhonya's second. In fact, I think that's exactly what they're building towards. You can see it in the inventory. Still Rosie burning. Sap magic healed not enough. Linfeng just about out of range, but a flash Q3, it secures the 1-for-1. Both mid laners getting themselves a kill each. Did have to burn the flash on both sides though, the mid laners. Wacko roaming. Makes this a 3v3, but the HP bars are better for Ultra Prime. Starry under threat. Hook lands. It's onto Junhao. Does not enjoy being under the strangle. Falls out to flash up! And the Soul Unbound rebinds. Brings down Saber. It'll still be a 1-for-1. Dragon. Ultra Prime's next objective. This would in fact earn them feats of strength. Third objective is there. They got the Yone. But I think it's just been a very strong champion for quite a while. Flash. Depth charge. Junhouse jumps over the wall, but a flash for a W means this Nidalee cannot get far enough away. Double flash is invested. The kill secured, and Atakan's up. OMG with no jungler, or with no jungler to compete against, looking for an angle. Burn the ult. Hung gets the stopwatch off. That's why you needed it. Now it's time to fight. Teleport summon from Zhang. Couple ultimates, but can't do the Atakan now. They wanted to try and get some more value, but the ults are enough to get the HP bars low enough to prevent that from being an option. You're all contesting around this Atakan. That's just mid lane tier 2 got. We keep going. Heng's had to reset an OMG. Caught a little bit sleepy there as Wacko just walks the lane down mid. Gets a chunk on this inhibitor turret. They can't stick around Atakan. And now at the other side, Ultra Prime started up because look who is the one who reset. It was the Zyra. Trying to force a fight here. Ultra Prime pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling. Hang gonna get up here. True shot barrage. Chunks out Saber though. Locket shield buys some time and all the resist being shredded. Mom summoned on in. But the Fate sealed away. Cask in the backline puts Linfeng down. Very low flash for Q3. Doesn't quite land. Soul Unbound gets out of the dredge line CC. Ejang now having to pull out, but Saber has teleport, can come back in. Linfeng doesn't. Down at 10% HP. Trying to get an auto. Has got the stacks to work with. 249. Down to 4,000 HP. Saber has not been able to reset. Has not been able to join. Linfeng also low. Looking for an angle off to the side. Junhao can look to hop on in. This is just going to be a straight up fight. A flip. Down to 4,000 HP. Might look to reset here. Another spear lands. Linfeng on the side. Gets a chew that just goes wide. Saber healing up well on the wave. Flash! Body slam helps Junhao get a kill. Harry dead. And now Ultra OMG have to pull away. They've got no HP bars to work with. Hang hasn't got a flash. control over the bush at least. Saplings, though, make it quite hard to stick away. A barrel roll in there as well means that how does Hen get through there without being CC'd out? Should just be Atakan. Can OMG fight regardless? I don't know, down to 6,000 HP. No teleport and Harry to rejoin. Lunfeng has reset. Can come back. True Shot Barrage does so much damage! Atakan secured regardless. Just about. And they'll get the kills afterwards. Beautiful for Ultra Prime. As they can keep on charging. Heng stays alive. I wondered with the HP bars being so low they might be able to get some value. They just can't quite do it. They'll get a couple withdrawals. Lunfeng gets 2. And they don't get the turret all the while though. Yijiang looking to make sure this Smolder will finally fall. Barrel roll, not quite enough. And the little dragon that could apparently, looking to try and reset. But steps on a trap, I think, ironically, and that's how he dies. Oh, invisible trap. Gets the value. Liandry's burn does it. And they get the additional kills. Lost a couple to withdrawals, or lost a couple withdrawals, but they get 3 kills in trade. Baron's up, and there is no jungler, no mid, no AD carry on the map right now. On Ultra Prime now in firm command. We'll likely be picking up the second game. Krag's value this game. Hard work there, Linfog. You really had. Dragon secured nonetheless. Yone still has the withdrawal, no one else does. But I think you still ended up coming out on top of that large. You still got 3 kills to basically 1.5. You still got the dragon afterwards. You still got that top tier 1. Just in another universe, those have been 3 straight kills to a Smolder, and the game looks a bit different. Rosie gets the ult off, so might still be able to trade this one up, but the Fate Seal doesn't really lead to all that much. Moan got the Aftershock down. Maokai support is many things, but it's not tanky. Swiftly picked up, but looking for that flank angle. Maokai's often end up on that sort of part of the map to look for broadside ultimates with the Twisted Advance, not Twisted Advance, Nature's Grasp. Twisted Advance being the W. I keep getting those two confused. Been getting better about that again. But the problem is OMG knew that, punished it. We'll still lose that tier 2. But hey, another objective bounty comes across. And at the end, only a 1300 Baron power play so far because a couple of objective bounties come out. And that's quite good news for the side of Ultra Prime. Keep shoving up here. The withdrawals have timed out. Still soul points secured. Tier 2 secured. I'm still in a decent spot this game. Still in command of this game. Even with Smolder now at, what, 300 stacks? Linfeng with a rapid fire cannon to his name as well. Could end up becoming really problematic, especially now the Ezreal 2 at 3 items. Could begin to be big damage source. The problem is the front line just isn't a front line right now. Moam and Harry, yeah, an item or 2 items depending on who you're looking at. Another defense tool. Zonya's and third barrier. Much harder to pick now. Much more safe to potentially keep looking for people. Yijiang being attacked. Teleported in the lane! Yijiang, no! What? What was that trying to... I was trying to teleport out. Oh. Trying to get out to safety. Oh dear. It's such a good game. And just sits there teleporting as Linfeng jumps on him. Try to turn around on the other side though, and Harry will likely die. Nice pick up of Rosie Love, healed by the Primal Surge. Burns out to Smolder. And that's 2 in a much better position than they were in the last game. They need to break the base. They probably need Baron to do it into all the wave clear. Zyra, Smolder, Ezreal, even the Renekton, will just disintegrate waves. Saber, split pushing away. Trying to be a threat. Baron started. And OMG, got flash on hand, trying to find a way forwards. Not exactly the greatest vision control here. There's the ult from the Maokai into the ult from the Gragas to just deny any chance of access in. Good zone control there from Ultra Prime. So he'll right back up. There's the Spirit Cleave shield. At this point in the game, very large. Even when you only hit one person. Turret about to be broken. OMG really can't stop it at this point. Great on the disengage. A little bit hard to find the picks yourself. Oh, Moam. Ow. Nautilus not tanky anymore towards this Yone hitting you. Going to worry a little bit for OMG's front line. Banshee's popped on the Nidalee. Starry hopping away. Nature's Grass comes across. Flash away from Starry to get out of danger. They lose one of their Nexus turrets. A second surely to fall in a moment or two. Barrel roll to attack the plants. Gragas hates him. Not a green therm cask onto the Nautilus, who gets something back onto Wacko, but there's just not enough. A Primal Surge gets one as Yone just deletes Linfong. Oh, this Smolder's tried. It really has. But it's not going to save the game. Ultra Prime takes them a while to close it out. But after that mid-game push and pull around the Atakan, they come out with... Pick a target with the Vial, with the Alistair engaged. Delete said target. Which is not consistent with leads. Wacko, on the other hand, was one of the most celebrated teamfight AD carries in the PCS, bar none. Very, very successful over there. Dive comes on through top lane, though. Never mind the AD carries. We've got ourselves a dive top. Nicely done. Clean pickup. Dragon started up by Junho, who resets. Has got the tunneler early. Can start this one up. Wants to get that one stacking before things like Grub Spawn, which will be up in 40 seconds. You'll have a couple camps to clear, so I think the Wukong is going to try and steal away a Raptor camp here, which would be kind of nice. Good ward early allows a return to that. Can be the Sheer, for example. And, oh, hang on. I'm having a moment here. Top laner that replaced the Shy on IG for a bit, who was really back and forth, had a really limited champion, but was really good at his specific ones. Irelia, Fiora, Jack. Not here today, though. Actually doing a pretty good job over in the LCK. Has been pretty damn impressive over there. Gets to return to sender. Go back home and be pretty damn good. He's having a great time in the LCK. Dragon. About a minute and 10. Resets will start to come on through for those who want to fight over it. Herald will be spawning just after. It's a bit close enough that it could well be a trade. Ziggs ulted the wave. Kind of denies the 6 grub take, but this should still be first turret over to OMG, even with a Jhin taking turret, who is normally very, very slow. Pulls away from it. The Jhin can jump onto Harry. Forced away, but now doesn't have the counter-strike to outplay the lane. Needs to be very scared that Moam could look for the solar flare. Is there a response coming? Galio not here. No teleport summoned till now. Ejang needs to play this one out. Solar flare comes on down. Decently tanky for a second or two. Gets a bit of a chunk, but the Cyclone is there. Flashes on out and they get the kill. The turret goes down, but 2 is in. Galio will look to ult away from the Between Worlds. There's still a counter-strike, or a counter-strike, a fire... Curtain call. Is a body blocked. Hang on. I want my trinket back. I want to gather up here and get as much out of this as we can, because this falling down gives the Jax free time to shove bot lane, and they can pressure 2 lanes at once, and it means we don't have to group up for this. And I think importantly here as well, you are down at Soul Point. And that's pretty rough. An Ocean Soul here as well. Makes life a little bit more obnoxious. It's a strong Soul. Rosie getting jumped on, but when you're looking at a front line that perhaps wants to survive having gone in, Ocean Soul gives you a value. Moam flash. Zenith Blade to nowhere. Quick kill. And that probably means mid lane turret and Soul will set up very well for Ultra Prime at this point. Damaging 2 items. Teleport top. They're just going to say, look, we can give up Soul. We can play around this instead. Teleport up there. Everyone's bot lane. That's Atakan. They can definitely 3-man that. No one knows. And there's no wards really to return the favor. This will be Atakan. And the Ziggs with ult, with an Alistair in front of them, is not really a threat. With a Luden's Shadow Flame build as well. That's pop. With that, there's not really any true tanks on the other side either, so Luden's Shadow Flame will seriously hurt. No one's got a Kanic Rooker or anything this game, that's for sure. And from here, things get difficult because Ultra Prime can just keep chasing. Moam trying to get some vision down. Rumba doesn't have the flash, will die. Wacko gets it. You know, that additional reset we sometimes see into a lot of those mid lane matchups. Linfong swift to run away as Junhao and Wacko turn up again. A Ziggs combo. Still very threatening. Ingo's hanging on the other side though, trying to get the backline onto Saber. Rosie Love flashes on in himself. Remember, doesn't have the ultimate themselves, but there's a Galio coming on in to try to keep people alive. Withdrawal still available for the majority of the team. Junhao does have that one pop. One turns back. The Cow, though, didn't have it available. So it's a 1-for-1 right now as Moam still falls. How many more members available? Secured, and it's the Void mutated one. So immediately spots out the vision that OMG had. And it wasn't very extended, that's for sure. But if a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario for OMG. They... Baron to consider as Moam goes into the backline. Decent engage. Turnaround might still come on through as Saber dies. And that's the Galio ult. Big turnaround damage though. Not going to be enough as the Mega Inferno Bomb doesn't get the kills. They've gotten two. The jungle dead. The mid lane dead. They get one back as Yijan goes on in. Goes golden. But a well-timed deadly flourish and a hop away from Lonfong. Keeps him safe. Leap strike flash. Starry going on in. Trying to get something. The Sundered Sky healing is just not enough. And Jax falls out. Jin gets another. And OMG pick their moment and delete the front line. Junhao, Jung, and Saber all down for the count. The Galio did not get to ult that fight. Ultra Prime, you had everything in your hands. You were the ones that control the river. How does that happen? OMG are going to get Baron. They can turn back for Dragon afterwards. That should never, ever, ever in a million years have happened. Junhao, Saber, neither get to ult. Huge value from that Jin, who's got a Lord Dom's regards at this point. Frontline just not as tanky anymore, perhaps. Let's have a look. Big ult from Linfong as well. I thought the Ziggs might have done it, but they get to come back off the respawn to potentially claim Soul. Fight again. Reminder, a lot of those ults from Ultra Prime are still up and available. Down to 6,000. OMG coming on over. Wukong will have the ult. Dragon surely secured their soul. They lose the Cow, but the turnaround as Linfong drags them miles, but Starry's knocked up, burned the flash, and OMG have done all the hard work and then lose the follow-up fight. Between worlds goes the rabbit. But unfortunately for them, it is rabbit hunting season. Wacko forced a flash out of Moam. We're right back to where we started. The Baron means nothing. Down Soul. OMG, I think you had to go for Dragon first and then try the Baron after. You didn't have the opportunity to reset. You had to stay on the map. And all your hard work, your miracle team fight, it is just a light at the end of it's a light at the end of the tunnel for sure. And it is the freight train of Ultra Prime coming your way this time. Oof. And has enough in the tank to get the Jax to finally fall. And then we go back to this replay, but reminder, all the buttons were still available. And the Soul goes down. Go back towards the mid lane. Starry goes down. Junhao survives. Hung has to flash on out. Moam, deep in the backline, was trying to buy space. But the bot lane falls regardless. And Ultra Prime. And now, with the Soul. Two-man advantage. Going to be able to barrel down multiple lanes at once and try and break the space. And oh boy. Starry not having that flash is kind of sucking at this point. And this Ziggs, Wacko. Oh my days. It's going to be hitting really, really hard. 2-0-10 will be two deathless games theoretically back to back. The Ziggs and the Corki haven't been discerning enough between Moam and Hung. Well, in we go again. Galio, Mega Inferno Bomb, and Starry dies. There, if you are ever more than half a screen away from the Jin, he will die to that combo. They get another. Hung being jumped at. Flash for a counter strike, and Hung goes down. We're on to CS2 now, guys. You need to step up your game. feel like Jax with an AWP would be a little unfair. Allow him to buy a real weapon. Doesn't have a buy round. How unfair. Playing Counter-Strike but can't buy a weapon. Only knives for the entire time. Shocking. So, we come on over. We head to series point for Ultra Prime. Harry trying to build up towards a Mega Gnar. Linfong has an ultimate and a dream. It's decent, but I don't think it saves them anything. The damage just isn't there. Tower number 1 falls. Harry needs to hop on out. They might just get one flash away from Chunhao stays alive. And the respawns are there. Curtains are being called. Ocean soul value is huge, though, as everyone's ticking back up. Linfong finds a decent weirding, but Lejung is having none of it. Harry's TP into the backline, and guess what's back up? Cease and desist. And Harry is deceased. Starry, try to stay away from this Jax. Wacko flashes. He is the Pac-Man this game. Wacko, 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 wacko. Eat some more. Eat him. Vi stands for violence. 10-1-6 Vi game. And we are going through to game number 4 with Ultra Prime on the verge of winning this series. It's great skirmishing. If it comes down to mid to late game team fighting though, much easier for OMG to execute. Huge front line. Big back line. Now started the Wolves. Wanted to get to level 2 first. Could be a smite fight over it. Secured by Junhao. Moam being run away. Flash on forward. Blast cone out. That was Camille trying to get on in. Starry had to flash to the other side. Wacko flashes into her. Both AD carries now down that. But remember, Lee Sin has level 2. That could be problematic. Wacko chunks. Rosie Love running away. Trying to get out of here. Does so. OMG, their health bars aren't fantastic. Q into the backline. Flash from Wojak with the hook shot. Harry will fall afterwards, but it's still the lit Sion with the second life available. Can run at people like Saber, who need to flash away. Linfong will likely trade this one out. But look at the Lee Sin damage. Ultra Prime get 3 kills. Maybe a dive now, bot side. That could be your play. You need to find value here. That control ward early, hugely valuable. Wacko, though, doesn't have flash. Gonna get Audacious charged. I think it's gonna be in danger here. Flash for the slow. Looking for something back, but there's just not enough. Oh, they were trying to escape. Nice wraparound from him. Gets that kill. Unfortunately, the Jinx isn't involved. Would have been lovely. Which Jinx does so love. Yuntal Wild Arrows have been the regular first item. But we'll keep our eyes on it. Into a double squishy bot lane as well. Probably quite valuable here. See what that turns into from Starry. Junhao about to face check the Braum. Will safeguard out to safety. Hengo now in danger. Gets hit by the Sonic Wave. And a follow-up with a Scat of the Week. And an Unleashed Power secures a kill for Syndra. Oh boy. Yeah, that one sucks. They tried to get the face check. The problem was, you disengage afterwards. They don't get the stun on the Lee Sin, who just goes right back in where he started. You get the Syndra on the board. 2 stacks on the Dark Seal. And there was always a possibility with a comp like this from Ultra Prime where you can just ruffle stomp the lanes. A lot of it. Not a dead spider. Gonna try and execute here, and Ultra Prime fail the picks. Good shockwave disengages and the flashes keep people alive. Is that to execute? No, Starry gets the kill. Nicely done. Looked like a fantastic pick, but Braum was there just in time. If you can get to 1 item across the board, then you can start being scarier again. You can certainly look for mid lane where Linfong does not have flash. We need a monster option here into the stun, into what will be an ult. Cocoon. Can be on a bit of a cooldown for a while, and all the while Ultra Prime's bot lane having to back away. You would like them to be laning a bit more aggressively if you could, but it's very hard, and they're understandably backing away from the 2v3. Saber just off vision. Rosie on it, though. Kang looking to try and punish. They're going to wind some people, but the turnaround is available! They thought they picked the spider! They're going to know it's there. They get 1 back, but Moam surely dies. 1 for 1. TPs come flying. Hang with the Crescent Guard trying to get as much down as they can. Does get 1 back. 2 for 2 as it stands. Whack over the wall doing what they can to Saber flashes on over. But so does Harry. Where is the Camille? Still not here. Oh, they're going to run them all down. Jinx is excited, taking turret shots! Just about survives. Huge difference there in the play because the Starry Get to bet value. Was matching Lunfong in the mid lane. It was the honest reason why the Camille wasn't there. So it ends up a 4v4, yes, but the big deal there for me is Starry got to play the fight. Wacko did not. Gonna try and play for this last grub. 4 for 2 though. Gonna be a 2 for 1 that time. Teleport's like flying on through. That's not a great angle. Harsh arrow is decent, but the bash is pretty scary. Starry gets stunned. Brought down. Lee Sin gets it. Trying to play this one out. Big multi-man stun with the scatter, the weak. Rosie Love repels out to safety. Can still keep chasing here. Ends up being a 2 for 1. OMG still end up with the better end of the draw. Ultra Prime started this game so well, but the composition was always going to be a little rough and ready. It should be the point where they're snowballing, and unfortunately, they're being punished a bit more. This Shin's House now ends up at 5 kills. Heng can look to get this one. Saber doesn't have ult. Lunfong will be able to survive another kill to the Shin Sao, who was starting the game absolutely mild around team fights. They're actually even going to get first turret here, which is great news for them. Jinx gets that, and the gold lead now in bot lane. 1800 did not defend bot lane properly, did Ultra Prime. They got a couple dragons off it, and that's fine. But now this Jinx is so ahead of curve, and the defense top just wasn't good around that one. They've left a lot to be desired around that, and that is a bit of a learning curve. Arrow, gonna lands onto Heng. Do they want to get more? There's just no follow-up. The arrow goes in, doesn't get any value. The tier 2 falls. They've got 4 grubs. They get Herald on the other side, so there is that. And that gets them. OMG, though, continue to pick up structures. Linfong gets it. And that will be more gold in the pockets of OMG. The thing is, of course, you're now at soul point. And it is a mountain soul. That is a big win console. It's so valuable. Especially for a team that is a little bit squishy. Kind of relies on surviving to get things like passive shields on Camille, Sterax. Partly off OMG now. Starting off things like Atakan. Ultra Prime are going to be forced to fight. Here we go. They know it's happening. Where the rest of the team? There'll be an arrow available. The resist getting shredded could be dangerous. Here's a teleport. 5v5. This is going to be OMG's comfort spot. Junhao looking for an angle on in. It's got a ward to work with. Remember, all the resist being shredded will be difficult. Wacko stays alive. The decimated master's going in. Massive damage! Braum's dead. Sion's dead. Backline for Jang. Ensures that Lunfong will die to a Hextech ultimatum. They have managed to pick up the Atakan at the very least, but there will just be withdrawals, and his star is flashing, trying to get as much as they can. All of the withdrawals are popped. And importantly, they won't have the withdrawals available for this dragon fight. Here we go with the Sion ult that goes kind of nowhere. Scan of the week. Harry, tact. Chunk, but nothing really more. Dragon started. Vision, mixed. But it was OMG that set it up best first, and that's not great when you're playing a pick comp. Jang looking for a flank angle on this Camille. Linfong and Starry trying to stay safe. Rosie looking at the angle as Wacko's dead! No, Wacko! How do you die there? The rest of your team was looking to pinch down on someone. Jang finds Harry. Have a precision protocol to work with. Backs away. Saber. Big stun onto Heng. Ouch with the Storm Surge after. Rosie looking for an angle. They still want to play this regardless. They want this soul. And Junhao on the Lee Sin can be really hard to outsmart. Jang into the backline. Gets onto Moam. Into the backline instead onto Starry. Trying to bring him down. Doesn't die. The kick into Saber. But he doesn't get to ult him. Oh no. He used ult early. Linfong survives. Starry survives. They get a dragon. Baron's in 20 seconds and they're all damn dead. Jang. Teleport. Be looking to at least claim the first turret of the game for Ultra Prime. Arrow. Actually, that's really good onto Linfong. Can Junhao get in range? The slow! Just about in range, gonna get on top of him. Ward kick back. The shockwave doesn't land. And Saber get a massive pick. In goes Harry, but it's a little too little. It's a little too late. That was a nice angle. In a minute. Ultra Prime really, really want that. Ashe, 2 items. Got themselves the last Whisper as well. Not a bad component. The Kraken Slayer PD allows you to try and glide away from all the people jumping for your own head. Shin Sao, Braum, Orianna, all very capable of following up and people jumping at you. Finally get that top turret, and that really helped. Ultra Prime giving this up. They might want to rush Dragon Baron instead. Try and play for fat there on Soul Point. No, OMG would just be getting a second. Oh, difficult. Yijang going to give an opportunity to shove up topside. 1,000 gold difference in the bot lane. Yeesh. Camille is getting stronger. 2 items completed is valuable. Saber and Junhao will be known quantities, and the vision control just goes right back where it started. Hung will be spotting people out. Decent double scout of the week. May need to flash here. Flash to flash. Arrow comes on through, lands onto Moam. But the fern run onto Saber will just be too much. Dead to rights. The rocket does its work. And the wraparound gank and the lack of vision control hurts them again. I think we're going to game 5, guys. Baron started. Jang's going to try and just get as much value on the split push as they can before that. I think we're going to try and see some interrupts. There is still a Lee Sin. Can look to try and get in and steal this. He steals it! At the angle. Junhao times it immaculate. Taken low by a Storm Surge. Needs to be a bit wary. Jang looking for an angle. Oh, if they can catch the Shins out here. They've caught them. Massive moment. That is the dead Shins out. Could trip the Crescent Guard by some time, but you don't win the 1v1 versus a Camille. They can keep going. Mo, I'm now in danger. Gets jumped on. Does Rosie love, though? Oh, my God. Jinx. Jang now in danger, trying to get a bit of a healing. The rocket with lethality empowered onto a level 11 Elise. Means you don't survive. Saber in danger. Has got to flash. Being slowed. Oh, my days. This Jinx. How? It's a level 16 Cinder, it doesn't matter. Trying to get into the backline, does get on Starry. Massive pick off. The GA buys time. Wacko trying to trade on out. Your damage is largely dead. Jung is here. This Camille could break the ankles. Decimating smash and the cleanse from the Chaos keeps the Oriana rolling, but Moab surely dies. Backing away. Harry dead. Flash over the log flag and Jung does it. Harry in zombie form. I thought that Jinx deleting the 2 carries would be enough. It is not. There's a third. There is another. There is always another. Soul secure this time around. GA completed for the Camille. Baron we go. The soul will be so valuable. That offers a lot of resist into the Jinx, who doesn't have flash, doesn't have cleanse. Neither, for the matter, does Linfeng have that. Starry needs to be aware Baron will go down, but what about the fight afterwards? Arrow lands onto Linfeng. Junhao hopping away, needs to stay alive. Harry, chunked out low, is not that tanky into all the damage at this point in the game. Saber got slowed! Saber got slowed, he's stuck on the Trumpers! Dead! Oh, they tried to wrap around, they tried to find some of the arrow lands, they just can't get through everyone. The death ball works this time, and they can keep running through mid. Hang on, they got a wave. The resets need to be faster than this. I think that's just inhibitor gone. Starry's got GA. Oh my days, the man advantage. You got the soul. It's just not going to win you the game, is it? I think we're still going to game 5. I think we might still be. They've got Baron. They've got so much damage. This Jinx is excited. Cleansed briefly. Massive damage onto Linfeng with the precision protocol. The inhibitors are down. The Elise dies. So does the Elise into the backline. They get onto as many members as they can. And I think we're just seeing a selection, a panoply of kills donated to Starry. Harry claims 1. And the Nexus still falls. OMG bring us to game 5. The early start was not a... Don't know about that choice. Volibear has been cropping up here and there. There's another one of those players who's looking to rewrite their story here in the LPL. What happens to a number of players? Jang flashes. Stays alive. Is in a 1v4. Flash over the wall from Harry to make sure this one's interesting. Footwork is good, though. Mar's going to take another turret shot. Jang finally falls. Rosie not quite in time. Costs a summoner or 2. And all the while, Zaya's getting free time topside. Will, however, just... Tryndamere players, all they say is Tryndamere. There's nothing else in the brain but bonk and spin. Hang needs to be really wary here. Hook back into the Lilia. Gets a massive blooming blows into the watch out E. Eviscerates enemy player. Was always an acronym. And to maintain and archive the LPL. Quite hard work. It's a 7 days down week. But here we are doing the best we can. So if you can throw a subscription, if you can throw a follow at the very least, please, please, please do. Because it allows us to do this for all of you guys. Means a huge deal. Flash. Away from Rosie Love, who lands the hook. Oh, nicely done, Rosie. Gets another. Very, very frustrating. lot of those pick-all champions, and I think this time around, Yijang doesn't really have much further to go. We'll try and get a Q3 or something off here, but I think there's just no way we're going to head on down. Try and trade this out. It will still be 6 scrubs over to a Tryndamere, which should scare you. Cassante, no slouch at turret taking either if he gets a few grubs to his name. Might well be running the Demolish here as well. Seen a few of them do that. Sometimes Shield Bash as well. Often useful into things like the Rumble to try and survive the trades. Teleport's now coming top. That is not a fun TP. Rosie gonna time the hook. Tried to read something, doesn't quite find it. There's still an option for Lilting Lullaby. They go on down. The flame splitter times out. The equalizer's not bad, but the damage is still gonna be brutal. Saber now gets to tank the aggro. Rosie flashed on out. Good kills top side. Now Linfong is here. Saber gets to run at him. Ducks away. But the hook just wide. The flash now popped as well, and that will be first turret because of 6 scrubs and people dying. Not the best TP I've seen in my life. Ultra Prime will be getting their feat of strength. And who on earth matches a Tryndamere in a side lane? Rumble's not going to do it. Watch out, Eep. Punch comes on through. Rosie flashed before the second turret shot could come on through. Yijang W's back under the tower. Moam, who flashes away. Kai'Sa ults, gets the last auto, does it. They get the kill, but Starry's now very low. Flash. Not going to be needed, but I think you need to be wary here as Rosie can look for a hook. Starry needs to be wise. Gets the speed up, won't quite find it. The knockup prevents any easy follow-up. But of course, because of all of that burned, Saber is here, and that will be a turret being attacked, and no real way to stand. So that's Saber with 6 scrubs. Strikebreaker and Berserk Greaves. That turret will disappear in a matter of moments. Wacko, flash, gets stunned under turret, will have an ult to burn. Doesn't get to use it. The feather pull's not fantastic. Ult from Linfong will get the kill. Needs to be wary though, because he'll get charged at, taking a lot of damage. The stun and the slow. Gonna be a lot of work. Junhao lands a swell seed. Linfong trying to buy time. The watch out heap ensures Yijang gets that kill. Saber gets another turret with 6 scrubs. Bad choice. The only thing is it's sole point for OMG. Saber will spinning slash away. Still has Undying Rage, of course, to play with. Herald secured. Are you really happy to give up soul point? Teleport behind. The answer is clearly no. It is a Cassante on a flank angle, so pretty difficult to manage. Goes path makering away and away. OMG go, yeah, nope, we don't want this. Nope, 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 not with the Cassante there. Out we come. Teleport burn, but they got Herald and they get Dragon. Ultra Prime in a very commanding spot in this game. Oh, on Rosie Love, yeah, but that one hurts. Come back towards the mid lane. Remember, you've got the Herald. It's dropped. Yijang has roamed on over to prevent Moam looking for an easy flank. Hang, thinking about looking to go forwards. Brings down the Sky Splitter. Will not do for the Stormbringer. Herald charge. Mid lane falls. And now, you're playing into a Blitzcrank with no mid lane. Forgive me. There it is. Completed now. Linfong now at 2 items. Can play out this fight a little bit better. Of course, this is potentially your best moment to fight before 3rd items come on through. Probably your most efficient gold stat-wise. Hook goes wide. Playing this one out, Linfong looking for that flank angle. Can he steal a big ult? Hook will be coming off cooldown shortly. Dragon secured. The equalizer is solid. Moment to the backline gets a lot of value as Wacko stunned on up, but the follow not fantastic. Junhao though, dangerously low. Flash on out, gets the Lilting Lullaby. It's only on to 1 though, so not that much value as out goes Hung. And the damage is brutal as Linfong found his angle on in. Will still try to get something. Will Saber try to be immune. Gets 1. But in the end, Dragon secured for the price of only 1. Well, sorry, Dragon lost for the price of only 1. I think you're okay with that. You can turn to Adakan. Good flank angle from Linfong. Good equalizer. Moam gets a big ult, and everyone sits there and suffers, unfortunately. Junhao does not get a big ult off, despite buying time with the Zhonya's. Okay, well, gonna get a big chunk off, and that's, of course, the Adakan revive down. That was the prize of winning that fight. Slightly awkward from Moam there. So what happened here, Yijang got jumped on, but did a very good job to pathmaker through the engage, into a Blitzcrank ult, Hook, rather. Rocket grab. And now, Equalizer's going to come on down. Rumble, 2 items. Could still be a real threat this game. Still hold the line. Wave secured. Going to dive on forward, though. Turn it off. Lilting Lullaby, though. Sends multiple people to sleep. The feathers pulled through everyone. Harry goes down. That is the reset coming on through. Can teleport back, theoretically, but they lose Moam, who does not have the withdrawals. They'll get another afterwards as well. Nice Lilting Lullaby this time around. And even with the turret turned off, OMG cannot break into the structures of Ultra Prime. And now to the Baron they go. Yes, the withdrawals come on through. They can look to try and get something here. They're still going to be down a man of Moam. Heng coming back on over. Do they want to stay on this? No flash on Heng. No real easy way to go in here. Saber needs to be a bit wary. Does have the ult to play with. Star into the backline. Baron secured. Still want to trade this one out as Wako had the ult remaining somehow, some way. Saber is undying for the moment. I'm very angry about it. Harry flashes on forwards though on this Rumble. And is going to delete a few more people. Saber needs to leave. Zhang doing their best to get on out of here. Gets a decent Q3. Can't quite get Lin Feng. They lose 4 members for the Baron. Can't get out. Teleports come flying on through. And Harry cleans up the back end of that fight. Towards the turret they started on earlier. Oh, man, Ultra Prime, they thought they had the Baron. I want to see the replay. Dragon going to be started. You have actually still got Baron on Tryndamere. And that is probably the best person you could ask for with it. So everyone else will shove through mid. Tryndamere will just delete this tier 2. Hull breaker complete as well. If you're going to keep a Baron, at least that's the one you did. Very much in a position to carry with it. The most veteran member really here of OMG. Given the resources to carry. Blitzcrank now finding it a lot harder to be valuable when the vision isn't so squarely in Ultra Prime's favour. Big ward lines around this Baron in favour of OMG. And Lin Feng steals the static field. Big ability to go in and just silence everyone with an AP backing. Can look to go on forwards. Heng goes forwards himself with the Stormbringer. Has to leave swiftly. Now the turnaround from Moan gets into the back onto Wako. The undying range from Saber buys a lot of time as Heng desperately trying to survive. Flash on forwards, gets that kill. Turnaround with the Starry ultimate. Killer Instinct buys time. Starry desperately trying to stay alive and does so. Oh, it's beautiful, but the Lilia gets a couple back. The Zhonya's bought time. And Ultra Prime cannot survive the onslaught. 4 dead on the ground, and Ultra Prime cannot team fight at 84. And they run away. They knock up the volley bear engage. Yijang path makes him away. Wako not on the easiest angle. The Lilting Lullaby is buffered through well by Lin Feng. And then Moam gets across everyone. Team fights and OMG are going to have to face check. At least they've got the speed trying. The equalizer tags Wako. No one really else. We'll have some honey fruit behind. We'll bring him right back up. Not Harry's best this game. Flash on forwards though from Moam with the quickness and the battle dance. Gets enough work. Baron secure, but the fight is going to commence. Undying range for Saber is going to continue trying to trade. They've taken the Baron, but Saber doesn't fall way too late. Starry doesn't have any defensive tools left. Heng tries to Thundering Smash his way to safety, and Jono's having none of it. Watch out, Eep. Brings down another. 4 dead. Harry escapes. For a moment, he's trying to clear out the wave, and actually, Ijang's just teleported in. They're going to lose every Baron. Even with the Ocean Soul, Harry cannot survive long enough. That poor equalizer, I think, wasn't quite enough. They have Moam go forward, and it looks beautiful. A battle dance, grand entrance, quickness combo to really get into the backline. The problem was, all they did was use it to get the Baron. It doesn't kill anyone. No one follows up, really. And they try to retreat, and Saber gets to keep attacking. Gets a lot more value out of the Tryndamere. And actually, I think they could just end the game. 10 seconds, they're going to try and push it. Big knock-up, might buy time, but they've got so much damage. They've got a Tryndamere who doesn't quite have the ultimate. It's not even down one there. What am I talking about? Did eventually die. But another knock-up. Sorry, comes into the back line! Deletes them all! Killer Instinct off the fountain! A massive amount. It sets up the Plasma to get Starry in. How long have you got? 25 seconds on Junjiao. 10 on Ijang. Saber is here, has got ult. We'll try to get into the back line, clear the wave. Undying ranges. Zhonya's pop will not kill all that much. Will likely die here. But has cleared the wave. We'll get 5 seconds on Wacko to come on forwards. They get inhibited, but I think the sacrifice of the Tryndamere stops the game. Moam, hero moment, sets up for Starry to delete the back end. Here we go on the re-engage. Sonya's doing by some time. Starry has to cleanse with the ult on top, but down goes the Blitzcrank. Wacko trying to get out as another Zhonya's comes on through, but Ejang trying to get a lot of value. Q3 back. Junhao still alive as well. We're going to have 30 seconds still on Saber, but it's a 4v2. The health bars are better, but there's an Ocean Soul on the other side. And Fountain gives healing for Ultra Prime, but can they win the 2v4? There's not that many ults remaining. In they go with Ejang, who's pretty damn tanky, trying to clear out the wave. An ulting Lullaby stolen by Linfeng. Sets it to sleep as Junhao trying to run away, but into the backhand goes Linfeng, trying to get one, will do so. Ejang trying desperately to clear the waves. They can't do it. There is no return hero moment. And from Nexus to Nexus we go. But OMG, pray harder.